Hey, welcome back. My name is Wave, and this is my channel, Healing Wave. Really appreciate you all giving us a like and a subscribe and watching the video all the way till the end. You will be helping us out immensely and helping heal the world. Today, I want to talk about finding our inner compass, knowing thyself. I, for a long time, was not sure of who I was. I kind of knew. I always knew that I was a musician. I always knew that I was an artist. But there were times where things got a little bit dicey, and I was just confused on my direction. I knew that my band was my main focus, but in general, I was just confused about things that are happening in life. And what I found was that along the way, I started to learn more and more of who I am. And what I found personally for me is that the things that are important for me are not important for 99% of people. And that's okay. People, whatever's important to you and to me, to us, that's valid. But my point is just that I was not ever going with the grain. I was always going against the grain. And all through school, all through in a short time I was in college, all of my jobs, everything, I was always the black sheep, as people call them. I was always the rebel. And not in like a mean way, but just in a way of like, hey, this is me, you know? And so that part I always knew that I was a rebel, but along the way I learned more stuff about myself that ended up surprising me, because I had a tendency to be, and still do, to be a bit of a perfectionist, which can be a blessing and a curse like anything else. There's an up and a down about everything. But I've learned other aspects about myself, and what's happened, I've found that for me personally, simplicity and organization really, really helps me get into a flow. It really helps me just feel good as a person. I found out that I was very much in touch with nature, and so much to the point that I didn't realize until I lived on this hummingbird farm in California and had all these birds and animals around me, and just had this incredible time where I was able to detach from being this underground rock star and, you know, being heavily addicted to alcohol and all that. So I used it as a gateway out. I didn't use the animals. Maybe the animals used me, but we were a team. We still are a team. And so this was one of my ways of finding myself. And as I went along, I found out that the things that were important to a lot of people, material things, furniture, that kind of stuff, I'm more of just like the starving artist rock star, where my furniture is my musical instruments. And so I found out that simplicity really was what works for me. And even to this day, I'm just like simplifying even more and more and more, right? It's kind of like, you know, when you clean things up and you get things organized, and you just find out, okay, I don't need that thing. Okay, I don't even really use this stuff. What's the point of having this, right? So anyway, my point is that, you know, using these techniques of starting out our day in a great way, and eating healthy food, exercising, connecting with nature, doing whatever it is that brings you the emotional fulfillment. These are stepstones to getting to a point of knowing thyself. Knowing thyself is so key, because it ends up, and then, you know, there's a reason for not knowing ourselves is to then find ourselves. So we have the opportunity to find ourselves. So, you know, sometimes we get lost, we get sidetracked. That's what I call a divine detour. I haven't coined that term, but that's a term. And so what my point is just that doing all these things, getting all these steps in order, getting organized, being on track, staying focused will help. You may not find yourself completely, you may stumble, but you will find yourself eventually. So know thyself. It will help so much.